Many interrupts here. Many interrupts.
A lot of interrupts. Normally, the interrupts, though, are of a friend coming in. Let's say it's a two-set and you're speaking with them, and a third person comes in. You can't ignore them, right? Because it may be a pull-away girl.
Yeah.
They presume you have low value, right? Maybe one of the girls likes you already, right? And they come in and say, taxi's here. Like, are we gonna go? No, the time constraint is an illusion, right? Who's the alpha leader? Who's the alpha male of this, or alpha female of this group? Right? You are. Good. Okay, so the time constraint is merely an illusion. Taxi cab will wait. The meter's not running yet. They just got here. Right, so my point is, you want to come up with a very quick, you have to be ready for it, a quick way of pausing your material, handling the interrupt, incorporating that new person into it so you can take over again. So I came up with a three-step process. One is you stop and say, I'm getting too many interrupts now, right? Oh, is this your friend? Introduce me to your friend. That's the polite thing to do. First off, because, oh, this is your friend. Well, introduce me to your friend. That's the polite thing to do. And then before she even answers, because I'm the one who's saying introduce me to your friend, rather than she's automatically introducing me to her friend, which is polite, right? I'm catching her that she's not doing it. Then I get to turn and say, wow, you can dress her up, can't take her anywhere. Right? I mean, she's not even introducing you. A lot of value you have for your very own friends. Hi, Eric. Or, if I'm breaking rapport a little bit, hi, Mystery. Pleasure. Have you guys ever been to the Hollywood sign? So this is what I've just done. I've paused my routine, whatever it was I was running, right? I've said, introduce me to your friend. That's the polite thing to do. I've then, step two is negged the target, right? So the obstacle knows I'm not after them. I'm not making them feel uncomfortable. How can you pull a girl away and save her from a guy that is saying, I'll give you $200 to get rid of her for me? Right? To say she's pooping words. How do you roll with this girl? Right? These are three example negs that disarm the obstacle. And then step three is I step forward to starting a whole new opener. So it's like 1, 2, 3 thing. And you have to be fast because interrupts happen spontaneously. They come in. Introduce me to your friend. That's the right thing to do. Wow, you can dress her up, can't take her anywhere. Mystery, pleasure. Were you at the Hollywood sign ever? Have you ever touched it for good luck? So from that perspective, they think that's what we were talking about, even though we were talking about something else. I paused that material like a bud, like a conversational thread that I'm chopping and putting on pause, starting a new one. I can't continue a story that I was running here because it may be boring for the new person hearing a story halfway through. They won't get it. I can't start it over because that may bore the short attention span girls that I have with me. So that's why I'll just pause it and run a new opener. Incorporating that person in while I'm still holding, metaphorically, the conch shell. Fair? So a 2-set turns into a 3-set. Introduce me to your friend. That's the polite thing to do. Wow, you can dress her up, can't take her anywhere. Mystery, pleasure to meet you. Who lies more, men or women?
Dress her up, you can't do it.
Well, this girl, she's pooping words.
It's just the way of saying that she's like,
all I'm doing,
looks good, but she's not. Yeah.
No, all I'm saying is, yes, you dress her up, but can't take her anywhere. She looks good, but she has no manners. Exactly. Yeah. If your friend comes here, you should introduce me to them, correct? Mm-hmm. As opposed to not tell her that we are all awesome, and this person presumes they're helping you by taking you away from them, right? They think I have low value because they haven't interacted with me yet. That's how you handle the external interrupt. So there are basically 3 ways of doing it, okay? That's the first one, the big one. That's the big one, is handling the external interrupt. The second way is preventing it from happening. If I believe there's going to be an external interrupt in the first 3 minutes, I'm going to hold back. And that's usually, the bartender issue. Wait till they have their drinks. Hold back. Break the 3-second rule for that. I'm going to break the 3-second rule if I think the waiter hasn't taken their order yet, right? And then the third one, and it's the least, complicated, is the internal interrupt. It's where one of the girls within the set is starting to peel away, showing disinterest. She may just start showing disinterest. You grab, grab one of them, and then that one will grab your target, and they all have to leave in a chain. Has that ever occurred to you?
Yeah.
They all leave, and you're like, there they go. So I want to prevent that from happening, and I can do that simply by tapping her on the shoulder and getting her back in, tapping, and maybe it was my fault that my opener wasn't interesting enough. So I don't have to finish my opener. I can say, hey, get this. I can just pause my opener and start a new one. So those are the 3 ways of handling the intro, both internal and external.
Okay, I see the set and I want to go in within 3 seconds, but there's a commotion going on at the bar and there's a guy in set. So what I do is I open the friend, but I must now do 30-second open instead. When you can't do the 3-second opener, you have to evaluate and do a 30-second opener. And she's chatting to her friend and he's hugging her. So what I do is I quickly go in and chat to the friend with the dark hair and get in that way. Now I go over and talk to the guy while ignoring the girl of interest. The guy tries to AMOG, which is alpha male other guy, by touching my face. Kino. I defuse the guy with an IVD, instant value demonstration, which involves me still ignoring my target. The girl gets frustrated with this in a good way, so I know there's attraction as she throws my straw away. The target definitely wants to be noticed, as she probably always has attention. I see this as interest, her throwing the straw away, which is the first IOI, indicator of interest, I got from her. Remember, we like 3 indicators of interest before we can show interest back. I show risk and courage, which I know will trigger more attraction in her. So I get in her way, I turn my back to her, and I give an arse bump, which is also playful and cheeky. As you can see, she has now got more interest for me and is eagerly watching. The dark-haired girl also has attraction and shouts to her friend, no, so I can show my IVD, instant value demonstration. In this instance, it's a magic trick with a straw. Now rapport is broken by me. I do this before the girl does it to me, and when we mend it back, it will come back stronger, which is called fractionation. I get an external interrupt. I can see they know each other. You can also see as he touches her, he is also being pushed into set by somebody. The guy that pushed him in is now watching me also. Maybe these are some other PUAs in the bar. I quickly pause my material, handle the interrupt, and incorporate the new person. I do a bit of showboating, which also triggers a bit of attraction. So I win the crowd by working the group and causing a crowd, lauding it. More people come over and gather to watch. Guy grabs the girl and doesn't let go. So the girl grabs me by the neck to show me they're not an item, and also smells a hand, my cologne that's been on the back of my neck, which is considered an IOI. So I count this the second IOI. The guy is still holding her, so again she grabs me and pulls me in, rejoining me to the conversation. The guy leans in and says something along the lines of, "You are cool." He may be the gay best friend or not, doesn't matter. I'm going to treat him the same anyway and carry on with what I'm doing. Either way, he is still blocking me though. So either he likes her or he's being protective. I have to win the group over. So I pull him in to do another magic trick to befriend him. He's standing in front of the girl now. Another external interrupt takes place, so I deal with it again by befriending him, the new guy. The target is now distracted by a 2-set external interrupt. This 2-set were watching me do my IVD earlier, so I know I can interrupt them without trying to gain rapport. I can then speed straight through to my target. The bar is closing and so many interrupts are happening that I go for the close. I've demonstrated enough attraction, some rapport, I've befriended her friends, I've shown I'm leader of men and willingness to walk away, amongst other things. So I go for the close. She whispers in my ear, "How long are you here?" I just hand her my phone for her to put her digits in, and I say, "For another day." I never watch while they put their contact details in. It looks needy, so I body rock in and out. But I want to make my escape. Sometimes I wait after getting the details, but this time it's time to bounce. A little bit more Kino with a spin to spice it up a bit. Camera pulls away, as you can see. The cameraman says she looked to see where I went as I walked away on a high, which I like to do, which I call super fractionation. I do it in a lot of my videos if you check, and I call it capture recapture, as when I go back again it will be a stronger rapport. And there is a last external interrupt which comes in, so it's really time for me to get out of here. Time to do some night street sets, gutter game. This was a night in Fort Lauderdale, near Miami, where I did another one of my Beckster rampages. I did 18 closes that night, and some will be uploaded here and the rest will be uploaded on Mystery and Beckster Bootcamp Bundle, which will be coming out next month. Put your name down on the waiting list, only 101 places available. As always, remember to check the description below for links and details. I've been your friendly neighbourhood pickup artist, Beckster, over and out.